That resilience and then the resistance to torsional rigidity is always the stabilizer.
That's right, it's like it's firmly holding both wheels, just like in a sketch.
Both suspensions are connected like this, right? So when there's a difference in the suspension, it helps level things out. And when it's twisted, it helps restore it. Even when it's twisted from the normal position, the stabilizer holds and twists along with it.
It's the most important of the three elements that create ride comfort, and it's a fundamental component.
Let me measure it. I'll try measuring it.
Yes, how much is this?
It's 28 millimeters.
28 millimeters, and the Carnival?
Carnival, 25 millimeters.
Over 3 millimeters, and the Peli?
Peli is 24 millimeters.
So there's a 4 millimeter difference.
So when it rolls and then returns, it levels out quickly, and there's no aftershock.
That's right. Hello, this is Yomot Gurium.
Hello, this is Go Min-soo.
Chief, what kind of car are we meeting today?
The Volkswagen Atlas.
Volkswagen Atlas. What are you going to show us today?
The Atlas was designed specifically to fit the American style, with a lower profile, but even though it was made as a compromise, the fundamentals of the car were really solid.
The fundamentals, whether in the past or now,
They don't compromise.
that's something I can't forgive.
So it runs well, turns well, and stops well. But how are its fundamentals different from domestic cars?
Can you show us each part individually?
That's right, just the key points.
All right, then let's check the basics of Atlas. Yes, please show us the heart of Atlas first.
Yes, since it's my first time seeing the bonnet, I opened it up. Now, do you notice any differences?
From what I can see, it looks pretty empty. There's a lot of open space.
Yeah, it's really empty. When you look at places like this, you wonder, is this an American car?
You're right, it's open. Were other Volkswagens like this too?
They weren't like this before, which is a bit disappointing.
Is it because they're made in America?
Well, it's probably to match the American vibe. And honestly, when people say vibe, let's be real, it's really about the price, isn't it?
Today, I'll teach you the basics. Show us the basics. What exactly are the basics?
As we go for a test drive today, I was actually a little worried myself. This car uses a 2000cc turbo engine combined with an 8-speed automatic transmission and an all-wheel drive system. This Volkswagen 2.0 engine has been used in many cars and has been around for a long time.
It's been used for a really long time.
Yes, it's been used for a long time, and that's why there aren't any particular issues.
Ah, you're right.
Yes, so it's not outstanding, but there's nothing unusual about it either.
In its own way, it's been proven. Its safety has been proven.
In the United States, cars are seen as part of daily life and should fit in seamlessly so you can use them for years without issues. But problems are a concern. In that regard, I think they must have had a good reason for tuning the engine this way to ensure a certain level of durability.
Yes.
And now, while driving this car today, the biggest downside was the engine sound. I don't mean the engine sound is bad or the tone is unpleasant, that's not it. The engine noise is too loud in the driver's seat.
It came in a lot.
Yes, it comes in too much, and when I checked why, you can see here, they just put this one thing on the partition wall. If that's uncomfortable, you could add soundproofing inside the partition and use it.
The partition wall may need reinforcement if it's noisy.
That's right, because too much engine noise comes in from there.
Ah, there's a difference. Hey, Mr. Banjang, do you remember when we saw the Palisade before? The partition wall was impressive.
That's right. When it comes to noise, vibration, and harshness, the Palisade definitely has the upper hand. The Palisade's 2.5 gasoline engine isn't exactly a quiet engine either.
We said back then that it was noisy, but when we compared it with this one,
In that aspect, the Palisade is definitely
did a good job.
Looking closer, things like this stand out. The bonnet has a double locker on both sides.
Why do you need two of these? Can't you just lock it with one?
From the middle, with just one, or holding it here and holding it like this with one hand and holding it from both sides, there's a difference. The car keeps twisting constantly.
That's right, that's right.
Then the bonnet will twist like this, depending on the movement of the car. In that situation, do you think it's more stable to hold it with two or with one? If you think about it that way, and if you look at imported cars, they all have two.
So there's a reason for that, right?
That's right, there's a reason. We should observe and learn from these things, even if you already know them.
I know, but money is the problem.
I know, but the issue is money. Let's examine the lower body now.
This is the front wheel steering system. What is its basic principle?
What is the key component of the front wheel steering system? The suspension and...
First of all, it needs to stand properly.
It needs to stand well, meaning it needs to run well, turn well, and to stop well. Ultimately, the suspension and the lower body brakes need to be good.
For this suspension and to stop well,
The brakes also need to be good.
the brakes also need to be good. It also affects the size of the disc.
But now, when people in our country think about disc size, they only focus on the diameter, just the size of the disc.
That's right, because that's how we learned it.
And if you look, it's 330 millimeter.
330 millimeters.
Of course, since the rotation direction is like this, if you hold it a bit farther out, the braking force increases due to the principle of leverage. In the case of this vehicle, just by looking at it, the disc seems a bit small compared to its size. The Palisade is also 345 millimeters.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty small.
But Banjang Nim, weren't you the 1P last time in Peli?
Yes, that's right, I'm the 1P.
He's the 2P, right?
Yes, he's the 2P.
Basic skills, there's a difference here too. Yes, and
The area of the pad.
the pad area that firmly grips the disc.
In the end, what actually stops the brake is the area where the brake pad and the disc make contact and create friction. That plays a big role.
Isn't it the same thing?
I brought the brake pad from the Palisade.
What, Mr. Banjang, this is Palisade, so there's a big difference.
That's right, there's a difference in the surface area.
Oh, so it holds this much more?
Because the friction surface is larger, braking power improves. We also noted the braking was good during our test drive.
Yeah, it was good. There's a difference in these basic fundamentals.
Correct, there's a difference in these fundamentals and disc thickness.
You mean the thickness of this ventilated part of the disc, right?
So they used a 30T disc for the thickness.
32. Oh, this part?
Yes, a 30T disc was used.
Since it's thicker and bigger, it will help with heat dissipation as well.
That's right.
Since the caliper is larger, the wider area improves grip.
That's right. There are also differences in the material of the disc, like cast material or additives mixed in, and things like that. A simple comparison shows that even imported cars with single piston brakes can brake effectively from the outside.
That's right.
They don't do it well.
Especially Volkswagen vehicles like that.
Well, they don't do it well.
I don't say things like, you can just change the muffler as soon as you get the car.
Yes, that's right. And the pad friction area is different with theirs, and it's much bigger.
Is there another difference?
And now even for domestic cars, the thickness of the shock absorber's shell case is...
Shell case, shock absorber case.
Domestic car thickness has greatly improved. I don't expect much difference in the front, which is 55 millimeters.
The front part is 55 millimeter wide.
The cell case thickness is about 55. If we compare now, this is the Carnival's shock absorber.
Oh, is it the Carnival?
If it's the Carnival, there's about a 1 millimeter difference. I can see it moving slightly.
So, the Carnival is slightly different and a bit thinner, right?
That's right.
Then, is there a Palisade that can be compared to this one?
There is a Palisade as well.
Is there?
There's about a 1 millimeter difference with the Palisade as well.
1 millimeter, the shock absorber case has about a 1 millimeter difference in thickness.
Even domestic cars have improved a lot in the front, but as I'll mention, there's still a big difference in the back.
I understand the back will differ.
So let's go to the back. I'm at the rear lower body of Atlas and we'll measure the showcase on the shock absorber.
Yes.
It's showing 52 minutes.
52.
It's showing 52 immediately.
The weight, a similar Carnival.
There's a big difference compared to the Carnival.
Currently, there's a noticeable gap underneath. It's not enough to fit a finger, but it's there.
It's quite a bit, wow.
No, the Carnival doesn't go down any further because of the weight.
That's right. And Peli,
Is it Palisade?
even with Pelis, it's different.
Wow, it's amazing in the back.
This damper is similar to a syringe cylinder, right?
Yes.
If the hardware size of the damper is big, then the car's limits and capabilities will be better as well.
Capacity will also improve.
Those things make a difference. And if there's one more difference, their shock absorbers are from ZF.
Ah, ZF stacks. If it has the ZF mark...
It feels trustworthy, right? You really like ZF, don't you?
Wait, were we like that last time? Back then, the regular cars had ZF and motor-driven power steering, right? Ever since then, I feel good whenever I see ZF.
Even the Traverse, which is very popular in the United States.
That one too?
Traverse and Acadia also used ZF shocks.
All the good stuff.
The good stuff? There's a reason. There are definitely some hardware capacity differences, so there are some differences.
There's a bit of a difference.
The rear brake discs are also 310 millimeter in diameter.
If it's 310 millimeter...
And you might think, why is it so small? Actually, the domestic car Palisade has a 320 millimeter disc.
Yes.
But, as I mentioned earlier...
Again, fundamentals.
Now, if you look here, please take a look at this too.
I'll hold it. Please put your fingers in. Wow.
The pad area is different.
The air is different. I didn't know that.
It's different, right?
These things are just the basics, right?
It's the basics. So even though these are stock brakes, they feel okay, not bad at all. One of the questions we get a lot these days is about the new Palisade. People say, Matze, sir, I think we need to upgrade the brakes.
You can feel it, so I don't need to mention it.
Yes.
You can sense it's lacking, right? Maybe I'm just more sensitive, but at some point you notice something's missing.
Yes.
Driving alone at first didn't bother me at all.
Yes, that's right.
But after I put them in the second row, I started to feel it.
You can feel it. The main difference is the drop from the added weight. We don't use the brakes. I don't use the brakes. But as you asked earlier, you asked, what is this? What is it?
You said, why don't you do this, Alcon? I was surprised.
No, I just had a lot of inquiries. Right now, I'm setting up one Alcon machine.
The customer asked you to do it, right?
That's right. So this is it.
I think you end up doing it when you feel it. You didn't know that anxiety.
So now there's already a difference here, right?
Yeah, that's true.
The rear shock absorber's cell case thickness affects the suspension's capacity.
Yes, the capacity was also different.
There's a significant difference in capacity. Earlier, as a test, we tried evasive maneuvers.
We only did evasive maneuvers for a short while.
When we did it, the car felt like it had some roll, but at that moment, it was very quick and precise.
That's true.
Yes, it was really amazing, right?
I was really surprised. What surprised me more was that this guy, like a Goliath, just walked away.
That's right behind me. The rear doesn't give way and holds up well. That's thanks to its suspension capabilities and features like that. So I'll show you a few more things from underneath, and there are some differences. You might be surprised.
Does the structure look different from underneath?
Yes, it's different again.
Yes, let's take a look right away.
Let's begin at the lower front. The front seems empty, doesn't it? Doesn't it look familiar?
Ah, you mean the frame isn't showing right now?
That's right.
The frame is well shaped, but cut off on one side.
Volkswagen, cut off in the H-type, still uses this type.
You're right, the H-type frame is applied.
But since this type performs well enough in crash tests and rigidity, they're sticking with it. Now, if you look at the front underbody like this, there's something unusual. It doesn't have any premium features.
There are no premium features.
No premium features, but notice the lower arm. I mentioned it weighs about 1.1 tons.
Yes.
It's either aluminum or, if not, usually thick jigger steel.
That's right. Somehow, these two big cars felt like stacked lunch boxes.
But if you look at this, it's cast metal.
This one is just solid, all one piece.
They made the lower arm sturdy using the same method usually used to make knuckles.
That's true.
So it's more about sturdiness than emotion, fitting the American style.
Sturdiness.
Yes.
There actually weren't many large vehicles like this, except for pickup trucks.
That's right, pickups and things like that.
The weight.
It's quite heavy. Sturdy vehicles use materials like this.
And in domestic vehicles too.
These cast types are used for heavy domestic cars, four-wheel drive vehicles, and Rexton.
Oh, is Rexton made like this?
Yes.
It's definitely sturdy.
That's right. It needs to be this sturdy. Now, I'll explain the shock absorber's structure as usual.
Oh, I have a lot to say about this. Now, this fastening method is commonly used in Europe, but honestly, all European cars used to be like this. Even the Gran Koleos, praised for its chassis, used this method.
That's right.
This through-bolt structure, with perfectly fitting front and rear bolts, was commonly used in high-performance vehicles.
Because in the McPherson strut design, the shock absorber supports the weight of the vehicle.
I see.
When the car steers, changes lanes, or the load shifts. With a McPherson strut, lateral load lowers the center of gravity like this. The structure that supports it, rather than fastening it to the side with bolts like this, it can directly absorb the force.
This is also a basic skill.
That's right. Where is this used in domestic cars?
In domestic cars? In Genesis, a domestic car?
Yes, the GV70 and G70 are these types.
You all know that, right?
You know that.
Can you show us a domestic car? Oh, there it is. If you haven't seen it, look here.
I told you it takes the load like this.
It receives the load from above.
Since it's supporting the weight, it's better to hold it here.
It's a penetrating structure, but this one,
I put 2 through bolts on the side.
it's a structure where you insert it with a bracket here. This method was used by Hyundai and Kia, and even Genesis uses this method.
This method is also not bad if the shell case here is reinforced and sturdy, and if the rigidity increases. But as you can see, it looks a bit empty, which is a bit disappointing.
There was also a basic difference.
Because hardware rigidity plays a big role in improving the basics, so things like this are different, they're just different.
There was this kind of difference.
They're different. While test driving today, I noted how quickly the car recovers and maintains balance.
That's right, that's right.
Take a look at the stabilizer.
I'll look for the stabilizer. The stabilizer looks like this, kind of like a snake, but
It's different, right?
based on domestic cars, I always look at the best-selling minivan, Carnival, but this one is even thicker than the Carnival.
This one's thicker than the Carnival and sturdier, right? The stabilizer is different. I've said this for years.
Exactly, these are the basics.
Of course, the suspension also helps keep the car level and restores balance, but when it comes to restoring force and resistance to torsional rigidity, it's always the stabilizer that does the job.
Right? It's like it's holding both wheels tightly together like a spatula.
Both suspensions are connected like this, so when there's a difference, it helps keep things level, and when it's twisted, it helps restore it. Even when it's twisted from its normal position, it resists while twisting. This stabilizer is responsible for that.
It's the most important and fundamental of the three elements that create ride comfort.
Let me measure it. If I measure it,
How much is this?
it's 28 millimeters.
28 millimeters. What about the Carnival?
Carnival, 25 millimeters, 25 millimeters.
3 millimeters.
Carnival comes out to about 24 point something millimeters.
So, more than 3 millimeters. Then what about Peli?
Peli is 24 millimeters.
So there's a 4 millimeter difference, I see.
So when it gets a roll and then recovers, it stabilizes quickly and there's no aftershock.
That's right. The reason it recovers quickly after an impact is because of this.
Correct. It recovers and stays upright.
That's when you feel uneasy, right?
Yes, that's correct. I'm saying domestic cars are still weak in this area, even though their shock absorbers have improved recently.
That's right, that's right.
This part wobbles because it's weak.
When we looked at the front wheels from above, the thickness of the shock absorber case, the shell case, was different. And there were definitely differences in the brake system, like the caliper and the disc.
That's right, the friction area is different.
When I checked under the chassis, I noticed the stabilizer was a different thickness, and the lower arm below it was a single solid piece.
So if they couldn't make it lighter, they just made it really sturdy.
These kinds of things, these small differences, actually, when you look at the overall driving performance.
That's right. If you try this one today, when I tried it, how should I put it? It didn't have that premium feel.
That's right. It didn't feel premium, but it was definitely stable.
The sense of stability was good.
At first I thought, what's this? It doesn't feel much different from the Palisade. That was my impression.
Yes,
Structurally, that's how it looked to me.
that's right.
But that's just what I saw with my eyes. When you actually measure it one by one, it's not like that.
Correct. Now let's look at the drive shaft. This all-wheel drive system is based on front-wheel drive. It supports all-wheel drive, and both drive shafts are the same length.
Yes.
Usually this side is longer.
Wait a second. This is the drive shaft, right? It goes like this. You're right. This one and the one at the end. Oh, you're right.
They're the same, but here the inner shaft is integrated with the reduction mechanism.
So the inner shaft has a compensating mechanism built in, right?
Yes, that's right. This four-wheel drive car delivers high torque and manages sudden torque steer very well. These things affect driving performance. So when you drive front-wheel drive torque cars, regular mass-market cars, and if the setup isn't right, when you step on the gas, the steering wheel pulls to one side during rapid acceleration.
That's right.
Now, they've done a good job with these aspects.
They followed all the rules.
The member is set up like this, with a reinforcement plate at the end for added strength.
This is also done well.
Shall we take a look from this side? If you look over here, the damper that holds the number one manifold, the muffler exhaust manifold damper, is also sturdy and well made.
The muffler is passing through here, and you know it would vibrate, right?
Because the vibration travels inside, the damper is crucial.
They did it very thoroughly.
That's right. Domestic products are now for hangers like this.
Did you hear that? Well, I was just holding it, to be honest.
This one is well made.
This kind of basic skill.
If you look at how they secured the two, they did a good job. Even domestic cars with 6 cylinders use two as well. It's likely because the exhaust is strong. Should we check out the heat shield that Jon Mokgurum likes?
I don't think there's any need to explain.
The heat shield is almost excessive.
No. Inside, each and every layer is stacked up, just like when you wrap things up layer by layer. It's packed that tightly.
So they've done a really good job with it.
They've wrapped it even on top of the heat sink. And this area here gets pretty hot, you know.
It's hot here.
On top of here.
The drive shaft goes through here, so they've added this extra cover to block it.
They did it this way here and added another on top.
That's right.
It's amazing.
So I blocked it well.
This kind of basic skill is pretty good.
It's blocked. And even the center hanger is well made with aluminum brackets like this.
There's another hanger installed here, and they've done a good job with a separate bracket here too. Instead of just welding it, they've set it up separately from the beginning.
They've done a good job with bolting, and the reinforcement bar across the car's middle is also solid and sturdy at the bottom.
This also serves as reinforcement.
And the fuel tank area, the heat shield here is also really well done.
They did a proper job with the ejection for the operation. But Foreman, is this the fuel tank?
Yes, it's the fuel tank.
Why is the fuel tank positioned at the back?
Doesn't it look strange?
2/3? That's about the size of the battery in our electric car. Well, that's an exaggeration, but it's really that big. Why did it get so big?
Because what are the benefits of these front-wheel drive platforms?
The interior space is spacious. That's right, the interior space is spacious.
Front-wheel-based AWDs offer more interior space, making cabins roomier. When you actually get in this car, it's spacious. So if you try to put the fuel tank in one place, the floor of the car has to be raised. They created a wide empty space at the car's bottom and fit the whole 70-liter tank there.
I see. They even used the space under the drive shaft where the drive shaft passes through.
That's right. If you look here, you can see how much cavity wax they sprayed during manufacturing. There's still some left.
Did they apply too much so it's left over?
Yes. And do you want to see the dust-proof treatment too? This is all dust-proof treatment. Try pressing it with your fingernail.
It's so soft. This is amazing.
The whole car floor and frame are dust-proofed. They did a thorough job and didn't miss any spots, right?
They really spared no expense.
Yes, they did an excellent job without holding back. This is the rear differential, particularly where much vibration happens. The cross member is fully treated for vibration isolation.
We're viewing the muffler area from behind, where another snake-like pipe runs through.
Rear side, stabilizer.
This is also amazing, really.
You can see it's amazing, right? My finger.
No, even if you don't say anything, it looks thick, right? It's thick.
Looks thick. Should we measure from the back too?
If we measure the back.
On the back?
About 27?
Yes.
That's why it doesn't come off.
Since the stabilizer is physically holding up in situations where strong twisting occurs,
Yes.
it precisely controls the body roll.
How else does it differ from other vehicles?
In the case of the Palisade, the rear is 24 mm.
24 mm?
Based on the four-wheel drive,
Based on four-wheel drive, then what about two-wheel drive?
two-wheel drive is 24 mm thin.
No, shouldn't two-wheel drive be thicker? Isn't that right?
Two-wheel drive is thinner.
That's why two-wheel drive feels unstable.
The Carnival, with similar weight, is 19 mm.
19 millimeters?
You know, we call the Carnival the motion sickness king.
It's about more than motion sickness.
Correct. In dangerous situations, you experience a strong physical reaction that your body must handle. When the suspension exceeds its limit, the stabilizer should hold it, but that's not happening.
But Captain, whenever I look at large vehicles, there's something I always notice in common. They always have this kind of trailing arm structure, stretched out long like a thigh. Is there a reason for that?
As I mentioned earlier, the cars that use this structure, front-wheel drive platform vehicles.
Front-wheel drive based?
Yes, because the vehicle needs a spacious interior. With this method, this trailing arm structure, you only need to move this one part forward, so it doesn't take up much of the frame on this side.
That's right. Other cars usually have about 5 multi-links here.
A full multi-link setup extends diagonally from here. If you want the member to hold here, the cross member must be this size.
It takes up space?
That's right. So if the cross member reaches here, the interior space decreases by that much. That's why rear-wheel drive vehicles and four-wheel drives have smaller interiors.
That's right. Many believe the Genesis GV80 and Palisade have similar second-row space.
Yes.
Once inside, it's smaller than the Santa Fe.
That's right.
That's because there are differences in things like these links.
You explained this well. The trailing arm is attached to the chassis.
Inside the chassis, right there.
You understand what I'm saying, right?
Excuse me, are there really just 4 bolts holding it? 1, 2? Wow, it's fixed to the chassis like this.
There's a sturdy reinforcement bracket attached to the chassis, and if the trailing arm is fixed to that reinforcement bracket, when the car goes straight, this part would shake like this, right? But the shaking will be less.
The car's straight line stability improves, and this part also boosts rigidity.
And since this part has less range of movement, the rear will respond more quickly during sudden handling or cornering.
And phenomena like fishtailing as well
will be less likely to occur.
So Mr. Banjang, right now this method has 4 grooves cut into it. How about domestic cars?
Domestic cars don't have this bracket itself.
First of all, this isn't here. There's no bracket.
Yes, there's no bracket. They just bolted 2 bolts directly to the frame.
There are only 2 bolts. I don't need to explain the difference between 2 and 4.
And even though this is a frame, these are also frames, right? By installing this thick bracket on the frame and securing it with bolts, its support rigidity will be much higher. Since they're connected, it's bound to shake a little. Even though they've built many fast, high-performance cars and adjusted prices for the American market, they're still committed to the basics in areas like this.
I'm really noticing the fundamental differences today, Banjangnim.
Yes, they're keeping it simple. There's a stabilizer in the back.
The stabilizer is passing through here.
It's passing through. It's passing by right now. But look at the stabilizer bracket.
You can see the bracket holding the stabilizer over here, and this one is also made of alloy, right?
This car uses a premium or unique material only on the rear knuckle.
Yeah, that's true.
There isn't any.
Alloy material was only used here. Even so,
The front and rear stabilizer brackets are also made of alloy.
things like this when it comes to vibration or
Damping.
it's coming in with a thud, thud, thud.
The damping sound of the tire hitting the road surface can come into the cabin because the stabilizer is sturdy. They use that kind of structure to reduce things like this a bit. The rear lower arm uses a material like the non-gas steel we know. It's sturdy. It's sturdy, but notice the back upper arm, like the front lower arm, it's also cast.
That's crazy.
They made it really sturdy, didn't they?
That's insane. It's really thick too.
Since there are no premium features, I might as well make it sturdy.
When things like this are needed, it creates a different movement.
That's right, there's a huge difference in those kinds of areas.
Yes?
And it's perfectly finished even behind the heatsink.
There's no need to discuss the heatsink.
The soundproofing from halfway back in the car is nearly finished in the rear.
Cars like this don't need undercoating, right?
No, they don't. Let me talk briefly about undercoating. These days, cars with frames like this rarely rust. Really? Unless it's a car that drives into the ocean to launch a boat.
Captain, cars that go in and out 1,000 times repeatedly can get corroded, but unless it's like that...
Unless it's something like that. If you drive where there's a lot of calcium chloride and it sticks to your car, do you know what part usually rusts? Normally, it's the underbody that rusts.
The parts below the surface?
That's why rust prevention for underbody parts is important, especially on today's chassis.
So you're saying the chassis isn't necessary?
That's why undercoating is no longer needed. Many undercoating shops have closed since cars have improved so much. This is the anti-vibration treatment. Note the thickness. They use this material plus a covering. You can also see the bare metal underneath.
Wow, you can really feel it. It's about as thick as a fingernail, a thick fingernail, about that much.
This anti-vibration treatment, along with the silicone, also helps increase the rigidity of the chassis. It's really quite good.
That's right. Manufacturers are usually the ones who try to cut costs like that.
And in the back? From the back, the crossmember might look a bit slim, but if you look from the front, you can see how thick the crossmember is. Could you film it from this side?
The crossmember, like in the front, refers to the subframe or the frame.
The thickness of the subframe is tremendous.
It's incredible, incredible, incredible.
It's basically a well-shaped frame.
That's true.
The subframe itself is also built with very sturdy elements.
Yes, Banjangnim, is there any other part we should look at?
The wind deflector is solidly built.
Wind deflector.
It's really sturdy.
This is big. They've even put it all the way up.
Yes, that's correct. Debris can get trapped between the springs at the bottom. If you look at the spring here, we discussed this when we had the Grand Cola. A spring coil is placed under the lower arm to increase interior space. So, if any foreign objects get inside here, the spring can corrode and break, which can cause accidents. That's why they designed it that way.
It serves as a cover and boosts aerodynamics. So it also acts as a wind deflector, even things like this.
And let me add just one more thing.
Yes, it was made of iron.
It's made of iron. How about this?
But it's plastic?
It's reinforced plastic.
So does that mean this part doesn't take much force?
The stabilizer link doesn't endure much force. I'm discussing this today because customers sometimes bring stabilizer links with mounting devices that cost hundreds of thousands of won. Don't be misled and enter like that. Some imported cars even have stabilizer links made of reinforced plastic.
That's right, that's right.
This is enough. That's why they use it.
Exactly. But Banjangnim, ordinary people can't help it. Because when I went to the shop, they said, hey, that's why your car shakes. How are we supposed to know which part to use and where the pressure should or shouldn't go? That's why it's important to provide accurate information.
So people spend hundreds of thousands of won on these auxiliary devices that wrap around the stabilizer link, but they have no effect at all.
It's surprising how thick this stabilizer is. As I said, the finger cut is thick and the last link uses reinforced plastic. That's Volkswagen. They know the basics.
Of course.
So it wasn't necessary.
Stabilizer links aren't found in regular vehicles, so there's no need to reinforce them.
It's okay if you do it, but it feels bad since you paid for it.
That's right. If it was something like 50,000 won, you'd just think, oh, whatever. But these cost hundreds of thousands of won. Reinforcing both front and back links, people report spending 300,000 to 400,000 won.
So do you actually feel the difference?
If they didn't feel it, they wouldn't have come to me, right?
So it's good that you guys are doing it, but make sure you know what you're doing.
That's right.
And you should come to a place like the Most, try a little bit at a time, ask questions, try a little more and see how it feels. Don't touch your lower body carelessly.
So today I took a quick look at the basics of Volkswagen like this.
Yes, Mr. Banjang, today we went over the Volkswagen Atlas undercarriage, and maybe today we really covered all the important basics.
We only covered the basics. The company already excels at everything else.
Why are these basics important? And you know, all those little things add up and eventually make a huge difference.
Because that's what creates the feel of driving.
That's right. When I first started test driving this Atlas, it's a Palisade, right? It's kind of soft like the Palisade in a good way. But then in some parts I thought, isn't it a bit too mushy? That's what I thought. But my doubts about that were resolved when after it bounces and then recovers, especially during the secondary rebound, the feeling changed a bit.
Correct? There's no wobble after the thud?
That's the stabilizer.
Yes, and I didn't mention this in today's review, but if you look at things like this, even the hitch.
Hitch? Oh, there's something like this too.
A trailer hitch comes standard. The car has a 2000cc turbo engine and can tow 2.2 tons. This is now standard. Many people here use this hitch, so including it instead of charging 2 million won extra makes a big difference.
So, if you really value the basics, I'm not telling you to buy this car, but you'll probably test drive similar vehicles anyway.
That's right.
You always say, try them all.
You have to try them all.
Honda, you have to try the Pilot.
Yes, I have to try it.
Ford, you have to try the Explorer.
I have to try it.
I have to try the Palisade.
That's right.
Also, try this one before choosing the car you want. It's risky to assume without trying things first.
That's right. Of course, in terms of product value, the Palisade is the best for what people in our country prefer.
That's why what you see looks luxurious.
That's right. But you don't drive a car just for its convenience features. And then there's the price. And when importers offer discounts, they often provide very attractive prices. So if all those things line up, it's best to make a reasonable purchase that suits you.
That's true. Even as an import, Volkswagen offers a 5-year or 150,000 kilometer engine warranty, right?
Since they offer a 5-year, 150,000 kilometer warranty.
It's worth trying out.
Yes, it's worth trying out.
I know, right? Today I really enjoyed learning about the basics again. And you know, when you know these basics and then drive a car, it feels different.
That's right.
Even just driving, you notice the difference.
That's right.
Why was it different?
As mentioned earlier, the Honda Pilot, Atlas, Explorer, and Palisade all come in different colors with varying preferred choices. So I think the best thing is to try driving them and choose the car that suits you best.
Yes, Mr. Banjang, I enjoyed learning the basics today. Thank you for your hard work as well.
Yes, thank you. You worked hard.
Yes, you worked hard. If this was even a little helpful, please give it a like. Subscribe and turn on notifications to get accurate new car information quickly. Thank you.